Almost finishing 5-5 and still having trouble with the map? I don't think I'm the only one. Another one come to see the lad in silver armor. Master Damliot is attending him as we speak, if you'd be so kind as to wait. What do you say? The Trojans do their work. Hey, Caleb. Hey, Kleinix, are you here? How we doing with the guild? But you're right, forgive me. When we said our farewells to Arvald, I was afraid that something like this may happen, but now that it has, all we can do is wait. Oh, really, Morty Q? Yeah, we'll definitely check that out. We're at 495 of 512 in the FC. Oh, man. We got to see how many pending invites we have.
Have you been waiting here all this time?
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps I could have...
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light. People
I love how her
die
face
all
is
the
just
time,
angry
for no good reason.
all the time.
And those who take up the sword die quicker than most.
She's just angry lady.
If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
It's her normal expression. She has resting angry face. That's right.
It may be that victory cannot be won without cost. But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious! Oh, you need to grow up, little man. Before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
Man, she is so broken. She is so broken. Oof.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me. It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
I don't know, Estinien.
Littered with would-be heroes.
I think you're pretty
At this
set
rate,
on
you
that.
lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone. Like dust on the wind.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
You tell her, Chad Stinian. Yeah, so we have like 3 spots in the FC that aren't accounted for, that aren't pending invites. So if you do want to join us for Endwalker, You probably got to the end of the day, maybe, possibly. Yeah. And we'd love to have you. We're a very friendly bunch. All right, let's do this. Friendly, how dare you? Fair. I know. There's nothing more than I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Oh, God. Grace invites the Scion to the 7th Dawn to join in the fragrant chambers. Oh, okay. Here we go. Sir, something's happened! Does the CohhC serve lunch to their members? No, it's just mostly cake. All the time. Mm-hmm. Cake and baked potatoes. Yeah. Potato.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word. Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
Oh my God, a Queen Potato pray emote? A Queen Potato bless emote? That'd be amazing. That'd be hard though. She's
First
got like a
Bahamut,
complicated little
now
crown.
Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit,
Tater
as
Queen?
Van Daniel would doubtless have it.
Oh.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within.
Interesting.
Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital.
Uh-oh.
Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
Arione rude?
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities.
Lunar Leviathan. Oh God, there's so many. There's so many. Lunar Garuda.
For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat
Lunar
even as we
Moogalmog.
speak.
Lunar Moogle. The real end boss. You need only tell me where they are, Your Grace, and I will go stab them with my gun.
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now. After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause.
I will say Lunar Bahamut was a
It is
fraction
our
of
hope
Bahamut's
that this
power.
historic agreement will encourage other tribes to
Does that mean all
join
the
us at
other
the
Lunars are a
negotiating
fraction
table.
of their original power?
And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders
Certainly
when I
wasn't
say that
stronger.
we will
He wasn't even on
welcome them
par.
with open arms at such time as they do.
Huh.
Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Pagalthan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain.
Okay, don't.
As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
Don't get me wrong. I know that we've gotten stronger since Bahamut was summoned, but it's not like we could have shown up and beaten Bahamut now. Like, do you remember those cutscenes? Do you remember the cutscene in Crystal Tower where Buddy turned himself into Phoenix? Like, no. Like, we may be a little bit stronger, but we are not anywhere near Bahamut at this point. Like the actual Bahamut. No. You can solo Bahamut unsynced. Well, that's not the real one. No. You've gained a lot of power. Okay, no, that's no fair.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must
I'm in
consult
coils,
with
yeah,
the
thank you.
Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
Technically, we never fought Bahamut. Louis Swab blasted him in two. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, real Bahamut was like gigantic. He was like the size of a freaking country. So little tiny lunar Bahamut, like that's, yeah. We've never fought the real Bahamut. He was the size of a moon. That's no moon. Okay, fine. Oh man. Right then, unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stones. Pray return. Yes. That includes you, Alphino. Arvald is in good hands here. Arnvald. Of course, he would doubtless mock me for pacing about the infirmary. Let us retire then, that we might regain our strength and readiness for the coming challenges. All are in agreement that I shall let Kral know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arranging with the time available. Go come. Go cozy. Go to Sama, that's right. Go cozy. Hey, Kotasama, thanks, buddy. You too. I'll try asking him, and thank you. I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await a return, and Kral, in particular, has a few matters she is keen to discuss, one of which concerns you, Estinien, believe it or not. You will join us, won't you? Estinien's like, will Tatru be there? Dragon jump! I refuse. She would only pursue me. Let's get this over with, shall we? Oh, man. It's just sinking in that we're actually gonna, like, the road to Endwalker is actually happening. Like, we're actually gonna make it to Endwalker on time. I remember when I first announced that I was doing this, there were so many people that told me there was no way we could do this. There were so many people that told me, like, don't even bother. There's no way you'll do it in time. Like, you know.
Applause, please.
Oh man, I'm so happy we're making it. This is so awesome. All the work over the last 2 weeks is coming together. Woo! It's still gonna be close. It's absolutely gonna be close. Absolutely. Like if I had waited another day or two, this would not have been possible. Yeah. No kidding. No kidding.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time. Thanks to Arenvold's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
It is possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that. I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary.
Oh.
And have since received their blessing.
So wait. Let me get this straight.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
Did Kryle just legitly say, I petition, I ask you that we should contact the Sharlayans? And then, like, in the next phrase, she was like, I went ahead and did it. I can say yes. I went ahead and did it. She didn't actually contact them. No. Well, she's putting together the thing here. I mean, I think she's always one step ahead. That's right. To be fair, she is adorable. So I guess that counts. That is. Yes.
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing.
Uh-oh.
A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
Oh, it's been a while, dude. It has been a while. At the end of the Dragon Song War. Yeah, dude.
When you regained her blessing, was it not? But never since. Not in all your time in the First, when you faced the Unsundered, the very heart of Zodiark.
Nope.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in his judgment.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I'm able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
During my time in the First,
Interesting.
the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether.
But I mean, she did. So.
Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular.
So this is, I think, more... I don't think this is really spoiler territory. And if it is, shoot me a smile. I think this is more discussion territory. One thing that I was always a little wary on was when Elidibus was talking about his relationship to Hydaelyn. And Elidibus, to wake the Warriors of Light, granted them a small portion of the echo in which they could hear Hydaelyn. Right? Like, he was not creating Hydaelyn's voice. He was not faking Hydaelyn's voice. He was just basically turning on their Wi-Fi so they could receive it. Right? Wasn't that he talking about how it's always there? Because that was one thing that was kind of confusing. Like, were all the Warriors of Light hearing the kind of like when a ship puts out an SOS signal, they just turn on a recording and leave it on? That's kind of like what Hydaelyn's doing with the hear, feel, think thing, right? Like, that's just kind of always going. And then when people have the echo, they then pick up on it. Revolver Penguin says they didn't hear her though. Well, no, we saw them hear the heal, feel, think thing. Hear, feel, think thing. We saw them hear that. We heard the words. So they absolutely did hear it. Was that them hearing Hydaelyn actually? Was that them actually hearing Hydaelyn, or was that them like? Yes, some heard it, some felt it. I remember that one guy saying, "I don't hear anything, but I feel a great loss." What am I suggesting? What I'm suggesting is if there was some barrier to communication, why did all those people hear it? And was it Elidibus faking it? Or is the recorded, we'll call it the recorded message. Is the recorded message different from her actually interacting with people? And why is that the case then? If she has the avenue of communication for the recorded message, why doesn't she have the avenue of communication for anything else? It's all speculation at this point? Yeah. Okay. So there's no, so we don't know is the short answer. Okay, we don't know. Okay. Because yeah, that's one thing that was like, I think it was super interesting when Elidibus was saying all that, but I didn't quite understand it. I don't like, he was saying some really interesting things. Like what does it mean to hear her say hear, feel, think? Like what is, does that imbue something that's not there before? Is it just the fact that they can hear it? Like so many freaking questions, man. Rewatch it? I might rewatch it. But even rewatching it, I mean, it was only a couple days ago. I do remember it. So, surprisingly. And I remember during the time paying close attention and trying to figure out what they were saying and just coming out of it being like, I don't know. Yeah, well, that's where it gets even more confusing. He created the illusion of the final days and he awakened their echo. But then he made a point to say that he didn't do the Hydaelyn message. That Hydaelyn, it was like a reveal when he was like, no, they heard Hydaelyn, you know, like that. He definitely revealed that. So, dude, there was a small period of time where I thought Elidibus was going to say that he was a Hydaelyn Ascian, which would have been super interesting. Like maybe he was the heart of Zodiac, but then he, like, for some reason, even though tempered, decided that there needed to be a balance or something. I think that could have been super interesting. And we still haven't met a Hydaelyn Ascian, by the way. There had to be Ascians that summoned Hydaelyn. There has to be an Ascian who's on Hydaelyn's side. And we still haven't met one. So, it's interesting. Okay, anyway. Keep playing? All right.
Resolved though I am to go.
Thanks, chat. Go smile.
Believe me when I say that
Overthinking,
I
Cohh.
take no
Just smile.
in the thought
Okay.
of leaving
Okay.
you a member short.
Okay.
Now of all times.
Just take your joy, Cohh.
Estinien, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part. Yet we are but few in number.
Is Estinien joining the band?
And so I must ask you again. Will you join us?
Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, he's doing the look. Doing the band, Estinien.
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard.
Oh.
In Alamigo.
Oh.
You inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
Yo! Cool.
Thank you, Estinien. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
Applause, please.
Welcome, Chad Stinian. Oh, that is awesome. I gotta admit, I like our new team. Like the
And
new,
now,
we got new
I may
classes.
bid you
Trial
farewell.
joined us.
Safe in the knowledge that
Rahati
all
is here.
as it
Stinian's
should
on
be.
board.
In this little corner of the world,
Yeah,
at
dude.
least.
We've become quite a little squad.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics.
Oh, I agree. I love Grahatia
Forlorn
and
hope,
Estinien.
I
They're
know,
both great
given
characters.
the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Oh. ACOG Muffin with a good point. We now have 7 potential people we could do trusts with. So if the devs wanted to, they could make the actual 8-man trials be able to do with trust in Endwalker. Interesting. That's a good point. That's a good point. That would really give a lot of purpose to leveling up. Oh, he's finding his weapon! That's so badass. Okay. I hope so much that this is like the debut of the Reaper class. That would be so perfect for him. Do it, Zenos. Do it. Do it.
Well, does this one meet with your approval?
Ah, not even a flinch. Love it.
Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance.
Just poses, dude. He's such a poser.
Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction.
I feel like there's a lot of
What a
lore
pleasure it will be to put it to use.
in what Zenos is wearing.
Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting. Though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
That's cool. Fine. It's fine. Okay. Such disappointment! Okay. So this is now 5-5? Are we on 5-5? 5-5-5.